The Stephenson National Bank and Trust was founded in 1874, over 140 years ago. But one thing still remains the same: our commitment to community banking and our goal of keeping pace with banking trends. The Stephenson National Bank and Trust provides many of the innovative services that you'd expect from a big bank. We continue to launch new services like mobile capture that are more convenient for our customers. We have many full-service customers who bank with us but hardly ever visit one of our 7 locations. They can do the majority of their banking remotely. The Stephenson National Bank and Trust and the employees are very committed to our community. I'm really proud of our employees, and they're really proud to work in our community and make this a better place to live, to work, and to raise a family.
We thought we were going to serve the community. We were always a community bank, and we felt that the first leg of that stool that we were going to base this on was the trust department, and the second was going to be the commercial lending. John was the man picked.
We grew the commercial lending side of the business because there was a void within the community in commercial lending, and there was a real need out there. And we looked at that as an area that we could grow as well as help our community grow. One of my first commercial loan customers left an impression on me. They told me about the problems they were having at another financial institution that I thought we were able to solve for them and work with them. And as it turned out, it was one of our longest standing customers that dealt with the bank for probably over 30 years. And it was good for that company, good for the bank, and good for the community, because now that company employs hundreds of people. So that's a defining moment in my banking career, and especially in terms of commercial lending.
Community involvement is very important to the Stephenson National Bank and Trust. We realize that the community has served us well for over 140 years, and because of that, we owe our community a debt of gratitude.
Mary was a great successor for her father. He always was a community-spirited and community-minded person, and I think that she was able to take that to another level. And really all the way through her career, that's one of the hallmarks of what she did, was always talk about community involvement, community contributions, and really worrying about the community first. And I believe that that mentality was ingrained in all the rest of the staff, including me at a very young age of my banking career.
They pledged it. We had no idea how much they were going to pledge, but they did come up with over 2,000 hours, and that was a wonderful gift to the community that we were able to tap into.
I think one of the best ways that Stephenson National Bank has left a legacy and is most helpful for this community is our community service pledge. We started out at 2,000 hours per year, and that pledge amount has grown to over 7,000 hours a year now. So the number of other charities and people that we have served because of that, it's a multiplier effect. It's really thousands of people that are affected by that 7,000 hours plus of community service.
Michael Staudenmaier was my nephew. He's the youngest of the nieces and nephews who were in the running, if you will. I don't think that half of them knew that I was doing it. I was selecting the one I thought, based on how I knew them, that would be good for this position.
Several years ago, when Mary approached me and asked me if I would consider serving on the board of the Stephenson National Bank, it was an incredible opportunity in a lot of ways and totally unexpected in other ways. I'm a certified public accountant, but I didn't ever anticipate working in the world of banking. Being on the board, I don't actually have to do a lot of work in the banking environment, but I might have this specific responsibility to really supervise the work of the bank at the highest level. And for me, the connection from my grandpa, who I really admired, but he passed away when I was very young, through my aunt, who I've always loved and admired, that connection then runs to me is a real honor for me as a Staudenmaier and as somebody who really loves the idea of building communities wherever I live, wherever I work. Community has always been something that's important to me. So the connection between the community mindedness of the bank and my own interest in building communities made total sense to me that I would continue that legacy of the Staudenmaiers. I think what inspires me most about the future of the Stephenson National Bank is the continuing commitment to this idea that we are a bank for the community that surrounds the bank, and that it's very different than the a lot of the model of banking as this sort of mega industry that is placeless and disconnected from any particular location. And so the Stephenson National Bank is using really innovative new technologies to try and be actively part of the 21st century without losing the sense of place and the sense of connection and community that has animated the bank for all the decades in the past. And I think that means that that commitment is going to continue into the future, regardless of all the technological changes and all the other changes we might anticipate moving forward into the future.